Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm your host, Matthew Batiri, here with you on another Wednesday with an altcoin technical analysis video. So without further ado, I already got some pre-requests today from some of our members. So I thought I would dive right in and not do any Bitcoin TA whilst I'm waiting on some comments. But if you are joining us for the first time, feel free to drop me a ticker for the altcoin that you wish to have me look at, and we can go from there. So I will start off with Stellar, so XLM, which is currently trading at 11 cents. And if we are looking, let's jump onto the weekly to start with, because it's always the best time scale to start with. We want to always start with the macro and then, work our way into the lower time frame. So what I can see right now on Stellar is that we're on the heavy red money flow on the weekly, which is not good. The MACD has just printed 3 lighter colored histograms. The moving averages are still rising to the upside. So this could be just, this could be the indicator just doing its thing. But if Bitcoin continues moving to the upside, which is looking like it in the short term, I'm assuming all altcoins are going to be doing the exact same thing. We do have the weekly pointing down, but as you can see, last time the weekly did find support at the 50% mark of the stochastic RSI. So we could possibly do the same thing. Then we would be creating a head and shoulders on the stochastic RSI, which is kind of a rare pattern to see, but nonetheless, patterns do exist and they do play out no matter if you believe in them or not. You can see back here we had a descending triangle which broke to the upside, and I mean this descending triangle doesn't really have anywhere else to go. It can't really go any lower, so it was bound to excuse me, it was bound to cross to the upside because we were in oversold for so long. So right now, Stellar is looking like a pretty decent buy. Looks like it did hit its high back in May last year, which was different to Bitcoin's all-time high, which was November 8th, 2021. So you can see this altcoin did peak before the Bitcoin peak. And let me just see if I can find an older market cap. That's no, not the right one. XLM. Let's go. That's on Binance. Well, let's see if this gives us a different. Yeah. Okay. So this is a bit more of a older ticker, and we have a bit more price action. But as you can see, nothing's really changed on the weekly. Heavy red money flow. If we do move to the upside, where would our first point of resistance be? Well, basically still around those previous 2 high wicks, which is around 13 cents at 0.1374 cents. If we can break to the upside, we obviously have these 2 local highs that are going to offer some resistance. But I guess a major high was back here on the 28th of March. So we do have the 618 at roughly around 18 to 19 cents. So if we do get like a bit of a bear market bounce, which is kind of looking like it on the cards, we have a few things that we can discuss. I could see definitely some sell action occurring around that price action. Alrighty, so let me just quickly jump into another altcoin, CSPR, which was requested by one of our members. I see we got a couple of comments. Appreciate you, ALPT. I will check that out if I have some time. So right here, CSPR also in the overbought territory on the stochastic. The MACD is pointing to the upside, so two indicators sort of countering each other. This is telling me that we're going to have a bit of a pullback. This is telling me that we're going to have continuation. The money flow on the weekly is crossing from red to green, so that is a benefit. This is probably the market, the bounce that I have been sort of expecting Bitcoin to do. I thought we would have a dump before we would have this recovery, but fingers crossed it continues. We always want the prices of the assets we're holding continuing. So on the daily, we can see that CSPR is in the green money flow now since the last 2 weeks. So we're in a good buying opportunity on the 14th of October, where we saw the red money flow cross over to the green. We saw a decent pump from 3.3 cents to where we are now. It didn't go all the way up to 5.5 cents, but this is good. We just got a green dot, green money flow. I expect prices to continue. So this is a good thing. If this coin, which is an altcoin, is looking to move to the upside, we're probably going to get the exact same momentum on Bitcoin. So that's good to see. Alrighty, whilst we're waiting for, I might check ALPT. Guys, if you are watching, I see we've got 4 viewers currently watching. Feel free to, in the comment section, drop me your favorite altcoin and I'll do some technical analysis on it. Let's see if ALPT is not a coin, so I can't do any technical analysis on it. Alrighty, so let's go to Bitcoin and let's just see what the Godfather is doing. So right now we spent basically the last month going sort of sideways between the ranges of 20,500 and 18,000, and right now we are at the top of this range. So right now, nothing is really sort of holding us back. Yes, we could swing fairly pattern these highs right here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, around about 20,400 where we just sort of pulled back from. So could we see a bit of a swing fairly pattern, meaning that the price will go just above this local high here of 20,475, or actually it's 20,465. You can see it at the top where we have the high. So basically right up here where my cursor is, you can see it says H20465, meaning the high of this candle, the highest price point we reached was 20,465. So right now we have not yet swing failed this pattern, but I expect, like most major sort of highs, will tend to go slightly above it, grab a lot of liquidity. Everyone thinks we're exploding to the upside, and then we pull back. But look, I'm not going to lie, Bitcoin looks kind of good on the daily. So let me point out a few things. So first of all, on the daily, we have a red money flow crossing over into the green. If we do something like we did previously, we might have the next sort of few days still moving to the upside. But this could be a fake out, and we could just make a small little mini wave right here, a green wave like here, and start forming another big red wave. And one thing telling me that that's obviously going to happen is right now the stochastic RSI is in the overbought territory. So it looks like it wants to have a bit of a pullback. If it does pull back, we can look for some support around that 50% mark on the stochastic, which says to me, maybe we will pump for the rest of this week up to the 618 fib retracement, then roll over back down to the low side of the range. And we continue forming sort of these lower highs. What would make me bullish is obviously us creating a higher high than 22,810. That would give us a higher high from one of these major highs, and that would give me some decent confidence that we're going to have this, mid bear market bull run, bouncing cat, what's it called? Dead cat bounce. That's what I was looking for. I'm jumbling over my words. So I think if we can create a higher high here, we'll definitely push to the upside of this range, 25,200. But then, we've got basically clear skies, and we could do what we previously done in all previous bear markets, which is go up to the 618 fib retracement from the all-time high, to the low that we have had in this bear market, and that is around 50,000. So we could, Bitcoin could easily 1.5x, or sorry, 2.5x from its current position. It's it does it in previous bear markets. Let's have a quick look at the last couple of bear markets. I've done this before, so I don't want to do it over and over again. But basically, from the 2017 high to the low, you can see that the mid bear market run we had all the way up to the 618. If I go to the one before that, we'll see the same thing. So from high to low, you can see that we hit the 618, then had a retracement. So I know it doesn't seem like as big of a retracement as the previous bull run, but this was still a retracement from $786 to $470. So that was a pullback of 38%. So that was 38%. Let's have a quick look at this one. This one was, well, this was because the Corona dump, but whoops, that's not what I want to do. I want to do that. This was, 71%, but I don't think we would have gone this low if we didn't have the coronavirus drama. So let me do one from the low before we had the huge drop. That's 53%. And then let's do one more down here. We'll do this one, even though this was a mid bull market. No, so we didn't stop anywhere there, but let's do this one. Okay, so this one, I guess, we didn't have a pullback from the 618. We kind of just blasted through. Same with this one. So I guess we have two outliers, but the previous two bull runs did show us that we could go to the 618, which right now would be, as I mentioned, 50,000. All right, let's go here. Let's zoom in here. So we can see the 618 from the current price action from the all-time high to the local low of 17,600 is $50,000. So that would be a bit of hopium. Like that would be an amazing sort of end to the year. But like I said, macro factors, we keep hearing bad news. So, maybe the whales are playing us, making us think that we're going to break to the upside, but we still have a lot of resistance. You can see the 20 EMA on the weekly around about the previous local high of 22,500. If I go to the daily, the EMAs are flattening out, which is great because that means they can curve to the upside. But like I said, I need to see a higher high because right now we have just been forming lower highs, lower lows, and it's just been no good. So if we don't break these two, if we don't break this price right here, 20,435 or 39, then once again we are just creating a lower high. So if we're creating lower highs, we're just going to come back down, test the lower end of the range, but the Bollinger Band with percentile, one of the best indicators to let us know when volatility is occurring. That is in expansion mode. So let me just remove those. Let me go to the Bollinger Band. We can see that we are at the lowest marker that it can be on the daily. Okay, so when the moving averages and the volatility indicator on this are at the low range, so at the bottom here, that means we've had a lot of consolidation. We're waiting for expansion, which means price volatility, high prices or low prices. So you can see last time we had the volatility at its lowest point, right? We expanded and we had this huge drop. Back here, when we were on the 9th of August, we were around about 24,000. Then we came all the way back down to the low of the range, about 18.5. The previous one before that wasn't very big. So we had 18,500 to 20,500. So that was, a decent rise, but only we're talking about, 15%. And now the volatility once again is at its lowest point. So we're looking for expansion. Now, the stochastic RSI, if I do throw that back on, what is it telling us? It's telling us that we're at the top side of the range. So we're expanding when the stochastic RSI is at the top side of the range. It makes me think, this could be a bit of a fake out because this has only got a few days left. So if we go to the next day and we draw straight lines, okay, if I was to draw some straight lines, okay, right there. So that's the 25th, that's the 26th. I do the same on the orange. All right. Those two lines kind of matching. You can see that the next day we're kind of getting to the same height as these lines right here. So if I do a horizontal line right here to mark out where those lines get to, you can see that every time we get to those lines, we have a pullback. This line right here, pullback, here, pullback, here, big pullback, here, pullback. So we're getting to the top side of the range, which means overbought. This is why this is making me think it's a fake out, and we're just going to basically top out here and then start a quick descent to the downside, and the volatility is to the downside. And the reason that makes me think that that's going to happen is because the opposite of what I was thinking did happen. So when we're in this sideways range, what I would have liked and made me bullish is if we actually broke down first and then had expansion to the upside. But because we've gone to the upside, I now think the reverse. We're going to come back down. This is just merely a fake out. So like I said, I hope that I'm wrong, but I still think that we're going to see lower prices before we go to the upside, because there's been no good news for the last few weeks about the economy, natural gases. We covered all these things in the DC live stream yesterday, so feel free to watch that. And like I said, I'd like to be wrong, but for me, this smells like it's just going to be a bit of a fake out, and then we come to the downside. However, if we do look at the DXY has broken down from its support line. So this supports the theory that we will probably continue to the upside, because risk on assets, people are going to start jumping into there. You can see on my ticker here, it's a very green day for the market. Apple went up, Facebook went up, Tesla went up, Nike went up, all these companies, risk on tech companies. So we could see and should see Bitcoin continue, but something just smells fishy to me. So yeah, like I said, hope that I'm wrong and we see higher prices and we can hit that $50,000 mark in the next few months. Alrighty, I don't see any more comments for altcoins. So if you do have any altcoins, feel free to spam the chat and I can do some technical analysis on it. I'm just reading a comment, not my favorite altcoin, but looking to sell ADA at buy price because I bought stupidly hoping the fork would create a pump. Will ADA get to 69% Oz? Is this little pump, or will the 11% pump be it? All right, let's have a look at ADA. I did do some TA on ADA the other day. So let's have a look. So ADA did break down from the triangle, but now it's broken back into the triangle, which smells of a fake out. I did look at ADA the other day, and I think it was last week actually, and it looked pretty bad. It looked pretty bad on all time frames. We're in the heavy red money flow, which makes me think we could see lower. The daily wasn't looking great, but now the red money flow is curving to the upside. So it looks like we're having money entering the market. So right now, I could see ADA at least continue its pump until it gets to the point of control of, well, let me just go here. Let me just do this. So let's have a look. Okay, so look, perfect. So ADA, I'd be shorting ADA at about 45 cents because it looks like it's got some decent momentum, maybe even the value area low at 43 cents. But if we break back above 43 cents, we'll probably see a rise to the point of control, which is around 45 cents. And I would short ADA because you can see this descending triangle. There's a moving average there. So there's going to be a bit of resistance at 45.5 cents. So that would be pretty easy. Pretty easy short, but because of like how thick the money flow is on the weekly, I just think that this is once again a lower low. We'll create a lower high, and then we'll eventually come down to it. We can't just free fall down, guys. That does occur, those collapses, but right now it doesn't look like we're going to free fall down. And if we do free fall, like I said, I've got a couple of buy orders at 20 cents and 15 cents because that's what the charts are telling me. That's where we have some support, but we definitely create a lower low, which is not a good thing. Alrighty, I don't see any more altcoins in the chat, so I will give everyone 20 seconds to find a coin, type it into the comment section. If I don't have any coins, I will quickly look at Dogecoin, one of the coins that I recently bought. We can see that Doge is wanting to break its downward trend, which would cause a bump and run pattern. So that is bullish. On the weekly, we just got a green dot. Money flow still in the red, but looks like it wants to curve to the upside. Let me jump on the daily. Daily, we're just going from red money flow to green money flow. I'm assuming a lot of coins would have just done that. So we've got some price action, pumping price action to come. But as I said, even like when I spoke to you guys about Bitcoin, I just feel like this could be a bit of a fake out, and we're actually going to see lower before we go to higher prices. If we do, like I said, break a higher on Bitcoin, especially, everything's going to follow. So it's just going to be a culminating effect. But look at this once again, the BBWP Bollinger Band with percent BBWP is at its lowest reading, and the stochastic RSI is at its overbought territory. So it wants to roll over, and we're seeing expansion. So this is why I'm thinking, every time we're at the high range, so here was the last peak, we sold. So guys, the stochastic RSI has a bit more of a an accurate reading. When you're at the top side of the RSI, we're overbought, so you should short. We're at the bottom side, we're oversold, you should buy. Right now, we're seeing expansion, means volatility incoming, but the stochastic RSI is at the top range, which makes me think, yep, this is just literally merely a fake out. We're just going to roll over and burn. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. All right, guys, that is it from me. Thank you for watching today's Altcoin live stream. If you are watching this on replay, fear not. We do it every Wednesday, same time, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's 4 p.m. Australian Eastern District Time, or whatever, AEDT, which is the opposite of AEST. So make sure you jump on. You can pop your favorite altcoin into the chat. I'll do some technical analysis for it. And that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow on Wasim's live stream with Money and Mindset on our YouTube channel. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications for this channel so you don't miss anything that we are putting out on the interwebs. That's it from me. Catch you on the next stream. Bye for now.